Hey, what's up, guys? Mike Rivera, Sagio Realty, CRENaples.com. Looking at some properties, working on some listings, and I'd like to talk a little bit about Zillow, and there's a reason why. And the purpose of my videos that I'm going to try to start doing is to helping others in the marketplace understand and maybe use Zillow as a tool. And this in particular is for sale by owners. And if you're a for sale by owner, there's something I want you to see. The reason why you're a for sale by owner is because at the end of the day, you really just don't want to pay money to a broker like myself, right? And I understand that, and there's nothing wrong with that. I've sold my own properties by myself, for myself as well. The nice thing about that is that even though I pay a broker fee to a selling broker if they happen to sell one of my properties, I don't have to pay myself, right? So I save 3% for all intensive purposes, right? So let's say 3%, $200,000, that's $5,000 of commission saved. That usually works when you have in a market that's in an appreciation phase. At this point, we're not there. We're not in appreciation. We're sort of stability or depreciation depending on what market you live in today. I'm looking at a property right now that I'm speaking with. It's a for sale by owner. And this is something that's going on with their property. And I'll let you take a look at this. Do you see what that says there? Their house is worth about $307,000, right? $307,000. What most for sale by owners are not looking at, which is actually a really good data statistic, is what the marketplace is losing based on the amount of properties being sold and the amount of prices being closed compared to listed. And look what we see here. Do you see what that says there? Can you see that number? This person has lost in 30 days $7,302 in a 30-day period. And that's in the height of season. Well, we're in March right now. So 307 today. In the next 30 days, this algorithm is going to switch. And I'm going to watch this in 30 days and see if it comes to 300,000 by next month. And there's something to look at here, and I'm bringing awareness to the situation. The reason why I want to bring awareness as a real estate appraiser and a real estate broker is to really school sellers. If you're going to be a seller, be a seller. Look at all the data. Understand what you're dealing with and understand what you're losing. It is penny wise and dollar foolish if you have a property on the market for 200, 300, 400 days on the market, totally not being serious about your property, and you're hemorrhaging $7,000 a month, potentially, because this house 4 months ago was zestimate at $329,000, maybe as high as $349,000. Now they're down to $307,000. Look at the ranges. Look at what it is now. Look at what they've lost. This is real data. Zillow might not be the best when it comes to being accurate on the actual valuation, but they're typically within 10%. What is correct though is their medians or their averages. If they're looking at data in the marketplace in this neighborhood, there's a good chance that that house is losing probably somewhere between $5,000 and $7,000 as indicated. That's your 3% that you think you're saving, that you've lost. That's the 3%. If you would have priced your house correctly and priced it competitively, you would have had your house sold under contract within probably 30 to 60 days. And yes, you would have paid another 3% or $5,000 or $6,000, but your house wouldn't have been on the market for 180 days and lost $14,000 to maybe $22,000. You see my point? So you really have to look at the big picture when you're selling a piece of real estate, because if you don't look at the big picture, you're not looking at the truth, and you're remaining in delusion, and you're basically losing money. You're losing your equity. The money that you've saved, you're just losing. You'd be better off to take the property off the market and not sell it at all, so that you don't sort of screw with the algorithms and the rest of the market or your sellers in your neighborhood, because the way you put properties on the market is the way others are also looking at it. And bad information, bad listings, bad pricing affect people's perception. Does that make sense? So anyway, I'm Mike Rivera, one of the head realtors and brokers here at Saggio Realty, Naples, Florida. I'm also a former real estate appraiser, and this is a PSA public service message, especially as we go into a market that's starting to slide in some markets, and some areas are stable, and some actually are doing well, like in Orange Tree and parts of the estates. So it just really depends. This property here is actually in Cape Coral. There's overabundance of inventory in the Cape, especially with new construction. So it's pretty by census tract in that marketplace. Something that I understand how to do, how to use, and to my advantage. In this day and age, it's not marketing that sells houses. It's data, understanding the data, the perception of the data, and learning how to use that to your advantage and take advantage. The time value, price, timing analysis is really important in a market like this that's sort of in a slide. All right. Okay. Mike Rivera signing out. Ciao.